Hey, it's Stephanie. Welcome to Glow Big Sober. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that I offer a range of resources to help you on your journey to being happier, healthier, more spiritual, more sober, whatever it is, I have something for you. Whether you're interested in my free 5-day glow up challenge, easy and fun sobriety programs that'll help you get your glow back, or one-on-one coaching services, I'm here for you every step of the way. Just go to sobervibeswithstephanie.com and check out all the resources now. Hey, it's Stephanie and welcome to Glow Big Podcast. I'm so happy that you're here. I had an idea for this podcast because every woman that I talk to, including myself in early sobriety, thinks that they are alone in this struggle. I personally thought that I was the only mommy who was drinking. I was the only one struggling. I was the only one with the secret and the only one who just was so overwhelmed. The anxiety was killing me, but I looked around and saw women drinking and no one seemed to have a problem but me. So when I decided to get sober, I did it by myself. I did it alone. I did it in fear because I was sure I was alone. So I wanted to share with you today the 10 things you would never know about women struggling with alcohol. We'll start with number 1. We often feel alone in our struggle, even when we're surrounded by people that we love. This is the point of the whole story, is that we think that we are alone, and there is such a huge community out here now that is a sober movement or sober curious and just getting sober for their health, which is so nice because when my mom was trying to get sober back in the day, there were no women around that were in the same boat as her. It was mostly men. It was mostly AA people. There wasn't really any kind of community for women, and there is now. This is a huge movement. So what's great is whether you have a real problem, like I did, I was drinking way too much, I was blacking out, I was getting DUIs, I was making mistakes, losing friends, losing relationships, or whether you just want to get sober for your health, you're not alone. There is a community here for you, and that is such a nice thing to just know. And so now you don't have to say, oh, I'm an alcoholic, so I had to quit drinking. You can simply say, I quit drinking because I was tired of the headaches. I quit drinking because I was tired of the overwhelm. I want to feel better. Or I know that drinking causes cancer now. Or I know that it causes dementia and heart failure and liver disease. Like, now that we know these things, you don't have to claim to be an alcoholic and slap a label on yourself and call it a day. You can literally do it because you want to and because other people are doing it too. So that's number 1. You feel alone even when sitting around people that we love, but it's not true. We're not. So yay, let's shatter that belief right there. Now, number 2, a thing you'd never know about women struggling with alcohol. Society makes it so hard for us to say that we're not drinking anymore. Everyone wants to know, why? Do you have a problem? Why aren't you drinking anymore? They make it so that it's like there's a stigma around it. There's shame around it. That every other commercial that we see has alcohol and women and playing tennis with a beer and surfing with tequila. Like, come on. We know that that's not reality, but society makes it seem like you're abnormal if you don't drink. But the alcohol industry is beyond ginormous. They want you to keep drinking. And they, by the way, are tied to Big Pharma. So when you get sick, don't worry. Big Pharma will take care of it. Big Pharma has something for you. So just know that it is a setup, okay? Society wants to make it difficult for us to quit. That's why they've told us AA is the only way, and AA only has a 1% success rate. So take that information with a grain of salt if you want to. Number 3, something you might not know about women who are struggling with alcohol is that we've tried to quit on our own, but found it too hard. We've tried to quit. That was me. I tried to quit and never could make it past the 3rd day. Never could make it past the 3rd day. I didn't have the support. I did not have the tools. I didn't have what it takes to quit. When you've been drinking for this amount of time, think about how long you've been drinking. It's a long time. No matter if you drink 1 drink a week, 1 drink a night, 3 drinks a night, it doesn't matter. If you try to quit, it's not going to be easy. You've probably already tried to quit, right? Most of us have. So the point is, a lot of us have tried to quit A lot of us have failed. A lot of us have tried to moderate, which we know doesn't work anymore. If we could moderate, we'd be moderating and it'd be fabulous and nobody would have a problem. But once you get to a certain point, you can't really moderate anymore. And that's when we start beating ourselves up and thinking we're trolls, we're alone, we're the only ones. So that is really one of the biggest reasons why I'm here and why I'm speaking out, is so that you know you're not alone. And I don't want you also to give up on getting sober because you just think it's impossible. Because if I can do it, girlfriend, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I mean, I come from the longest line of alcoholics. I was an alcoholic, I guess, in quotes, myself, with the DUIs and the, all the things. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to show you how. Number 4, your relationship with alcohol may be a way of coping with past trauma or emotional pain. Well, duh. Deep down, you probably know that already. We don't just pick up alcohol. Well, we do. We pick it up for fun, right? When you're 13 or 17 or 18 or whenever you picked up alcohol, it was probably for something social, something fine and cool, or to build self-esteem for yourself, whatever. But then it turns in to something that you need to keep covering up emotional pain or past trauma. Oof, I'll just leave that at that. I do coach on trauma and getting through it, and I have an episode on trauma with Angela. You should definitely check that out if that resonates. But this is just a little fun list. I'm not going to go deep into trauma or emotional pain on this one. Number 5 of the 10 things you wouldn't know about women struggling is that we fear that we're going to lose our identity and or social life if we quit drinking. Like, amen to that. Amen. That was one of the reasons I kept drinking, because I'm like, well, who will I even be? Who will I even be? How will they recognize me? Will I be funny? Will I be fun? I just did not know. I've been drinking since I was 13 years old, so I really had no clue who I'd be without alcohol. And it was a fear of mine. But you know what? I pushed through it because what I was going through wasn't fun, wasn't pretty, wasn't a good time for anyone involved, for anyone watching. It was going to turn into a really sad state of affairs, just like it did for my mom. And it just wasn't worth it. So if that was the identity that I needed to let go of, then so be it. So be it. And here, the reality, do I dance on bars? Would you know me because I'm drinking wine and smoking cigarettes? No, you don't. I'm not even that person anymore. Yes, I lost that identity. And I'm happy that I did. I am happy that I did. I was going to go down with that identity and it would have taken me down, and it might take you down too. So, think about, is this the identity that you want to die with? Is it what you want people to know you as? Are you going to lose some friends? You might. You might, and that's okay. That's okay. Number 6, the decision to quit is really one that takes courage and strength. It's not something as easy as I sometimes may make it look. It really takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength. It takes a lot. It's not a simple decision. It's not a simple feat. It's one of the hardest and most courageous things that you'll ever do for yourself. So don't take it lightly. You have to be up for the challenge. If you know going in that it's going to be different, then you'll stick it out. I want you to know that it's not the most easy thing. Even if you only drink on Friday nights, when you quit, it's going to be rocky. It's going to be rocky either way. This is a substance, an addictive substance, something we've been doing for decades. And it's just not that easy to give up something we've been doing for decades. Even if it was just painting our nails every Friday night, and all of a sudden we stopped, you're going to need to find something else to do with your time, right? You're going to need to be prepared for that downtime. So I can help you with that as well. But just know this is a big time decision. It's not one to take lightly. And I'm proud of you if you're even considering it. Number 7, sobriety is not a journey, unfortunately. It's a destination. It's not somewhere we just get to and say, oh, yay, I'm here, done. Nope, unfortunately not. I'm not going to say that you have to work on it every single day. I'm not going to say that you have to put your head down and work at it for years and years and years and think about it all the time, because you don't. But there will be times when it comes up and you're going to be like, this sucks. This isn't fair. I want to be. Look at her drinking the Pinot Grigio on this hot day out on the patio with their dog and their sushi. You're going to wish that you could be that girl sometimes, but you know that you can't. It's not a destination. It's a journey. It's work in progress. You have to remind yourself on occasion, this is why I don't drink anymore. And you know what? When that moment comes up about the pretty girl and the Pinot Grigio and their dog and they're having sushi on the back porch of a restaurant, when you get home and you didn't, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't have that sugar feeling and that headache and the tiredness or the want to get more wine and to go on and on and on throughout the whole weekend. You will always be grateful that you didn't. I've never had someone say, man, I wish I had had that drink that time, or I wish I had drank. Everyone's always really happy that they stayed sober, even though in that moment it can be a little rough. Number 8, finding a supportive community of like-minded women can be a game changer. And if you're like me, which you probably are, because most women that I coach are like me in the sense that they're independent, they do things their way, they are strong, they are the one who takes care of others, they are usually the ones that take care of everything. So to think that they're going to need a group can sometimes seem daunting, but it's nice to have one there because the minute you open your mouth and say something, 10 people come on and say, yes, that happened to me too. Oh my God. And then you don't feel by yourself, which we're used to being lone wolves, really. Honestly, most of the women I coach have that thing in common where it's not like we're weak or we're small. I mean, we are go-getters and we're all these amazing things, but this is the one thing that we can't seem to get a grasp on. And it makes it extra hard for us. So you're going to want a community. It might surprise you how much you'll need and lean on them, especially if you've been doing everything by yourself for so long. Okay, number 9, you might be surprised to find out that we still have fun and enjoy life even without alcohol. Honestly, I'm having a lot better of a time. I don't have to stress about anything. All of the things I used to worry about, like when I'm going to get my next bottle of wine and how I'm going to get it and what happens if I go to brunch and I drink too much, or trying not to drink too much at brunch, but making sure I have wine so that when I get home I can drink more. And just, oh my God, you would not believe the freedom that comes from not having to think about that one thing. You would not believe how much it consumes your thoughts. When I first quit drinking, I could not believe how many triggers there were. How many times I thought about drinking. It took away all the joys from my life. Getting ice cream with my kid was not a joy. Playing soccer, taking walks, none of these things. These were all fillers until I could get my wine. And then I would put a smile on my face. Now I enjoy moments. Simple pleasures become really joyful. And that was very unexpected. All of these things were unexpected. I just knew I had to quit drinking because it was going to kill me sooner than later, because I watched it happen to my mother and I was definitely going down that path. I just knew I had to quit for those reasons. I had no idea these benefits were going to come. And this is one of the biggest benefits. I mean, there are so many, but this is one huge one, that the joy, the real life fun is there. You weren't really having fun before. It's actually painful to watch women getting drunk now, because I know that they're drinking for trauma, they're drinking to cover up emotional pain, they're drinking out of habit and they can't stop, and they've likely tried to stop. Like, it's hard to watch. That is not fun. I know what fun is. Fun is knitting. Fun is baby chickens, gardening, talking to women like you, starting a podcast, dressing cute, taking care of my health, grocery shopping. Like, things are fun. Do I dance on bars? No, I do not. You will not catch me on top of a bar. But I do a lot of things, and my life is so much more clear and clean and fun and happy and real and content. Okay, that sounded like an advertisement for sobriety, but it's true. And number 10, every woman's journey with alcohol is going to be unique. While we all have the same kind of underlying things going on, your journey is different. This may be your first time or your third or your 15th time trying. It's going to be different than the girl that you see on Instagram. And even the girl you see on Instagram, she's not showing you the whole story. It's only the highlight reels. So make sure that you are not comparing yourself to other people's journey. Do not be ashamed. Do not feel guilty. Try again. Never quit. Never quit trying to quit. And just don't compare, because you have no idea what's going on inside of their life, inside of their brain, inside of their house. You don't even know. You just don't know. So stay in your lane. and you do your journey. And I would love to come on this journey with you. It would just mean the world to me. I really do this because I think it's my calling. I think that you need to hear, somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs my voice, and to let them know that they're not alone and that this is okay and that they will get better. So if I reach one person, I'll be thrilled. I'll be thrilled. So if you're struggling with alcohol in any way, there's a bunch of different ways that you can use me and my platform. You can keep on listening to this Glow Big podcast. They are free. It's an amazing resource. I do tons of like tips and all kinds of fun things, mocktail making. I have a YouTube, TikTok. I have programs. I have one-on-one coaching sessions that have helped so many women. I have a Reinventing You program, which is one that you use after you've gotten sober and you want to reinvent your life. I have 5-day challenges. Just go to vibeswithstephanie.com and you can connect with anything and everything that you can think about. I right now would suggest, if you are brand new and you're just thinking about dipping your toe into sobriety, but you want to do it fun, you want to do it on the down low, you don't want to make a big deal and a big scene of it, I would go do my 5-day free Glow Up Challenge. It's an email challenge where I send you videos every day. We work on self-care and raising your vibes, videos every day sent to your email, and it's completely free. And already I'm getting tons of great feedback from this little 5-day challenge. So I would love to have you over there. Just go to vibeswithstephanie.com and you'll see the free Glow Up Challenge and you can sign up for that. So I hope this was super helpful. I hope that you know from this podcast that you're not alone. There are so many more women struggling with this than you would even begin to imagine. The lady that you think has it all together, she doesn't. All right. Love you. Have a great day. And please like, share, and review this podcast if it feels good. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Glow Big Sober podcast today. If you love this episode, please share it. And if you want to learn more about how to build or maintain a sober lifestyle, be sure to check out vibeswithstephanie.com for more information. If you're ready to take your journey to the next level, I invite you to sign up for my one-on-one coaching services, where we can work together and create a personalized plan for your growth and healing. Until next time, may you be happy, healthy, and free.